Hello everyone and welcome back to the final part of the play log for Star Fox 64. We are going to be tackling Andros' final defenses at Area 6. The aptly named place because it is the 6th area of the Lilat system that we travel to in a single playthrough.
Came in here.
And we are about to make his day terrible.
Do you copy?
And with that, 4 ships and a giant mothership begin their attack on Venom. But first we gotta get through Andros' considerable defenses. And we start off by destroying these satellite dishes. I believe they're called Andros satellite defense platforms, and there's a whole bunch of them scattered about. Each one is worth 4 points. The hit, or the single point, and then the hit plus 3. Yeah, we just want to take out as many of those as we can. And a lot of Andros' forces in this place actually like to fly in formation, so this is a good opportunity to be using your charge shot a lot. And even if you don't lock onto them, just use the shot in their general formation and you'll be racking up in points in no time. As you can clearly see, we are only about like 3 minutes into, not even 3 minutes, maybe like 2 minutes into this run, and we've already accumulated 181 points. Now we've got some of these ships coming by. I believe they're called Harlock ships, and they launch missiles at us. And these missiles are actually not too dangerous to us, but if we let them go through and explode, then they'll damage our wingmates. And the rest of your team is actually pretty important in this stage as well, because they help you weaken some of the platforms. And there was a call going on earlier that I could have taken from Rob, but I didn't want to take it because if Rob destroys the ships instead of me, then I only get the plus 3 bonus. So I would be only getting like 3 hit points instead of the 4 that I would get from destroying it myself. But I will be using Rob later on. And what he does is he just targets everything with the Great Fox and starts destroying them with his turrets. And you see just how powerful the Great Fox really is. Got a whole bunch of these butterfly enemies going by, and they shoot these energy rings of death.
They've broken through the first line.
And we still got Andros' forces trying to defeat us, but we have finally gotten through the first third, relatively, of the stage. Now we got some bigger threats about to come our way. They're going to be these bigger battleships where the only weak point is on the bridge, and they come equipped with fighters on top of the ships themselves and cannons that will shoot at you. Of course, they're generally not too much of a threat because you can just get through them pretty fast, and you can see the Great Fox just laying the hurt down on Andros' forces. We'll use the charge shot here, take out the rest of that ship. These are basically just like battleships floating in space, like naval battleships, right? And we're getting close to getting through the final part of Andros' defenses. And there it goes. There's the final line breached. And on a good day, and on harder difficulties, I could actually get this up to 600 points, but that is not the best that you can do. I've seen videos of people getting up to the 700s, and I'm not quite that good. But now we're going against the final normal boss in the in the game, and this is Gorgon, named so because of the tentacle arms that it possesses that are reminiscent of the mythical monster Medusa, who herself is a Gorgon. So yeah, you start off the battle by destroying the energy balls that orbit the center disc thing, and then it'll close and spawn some tentacle arms. You want to destroy those, and then it launches the missiles, and now we need to destroy the energy balls again. And each time we do that, that center disc gets weaker and weaker. See, now it's red. And we want to keep on destroying these arms. And now instead of missiles, it's launching out actual fighters. But now that we've destroyed the tentacles, once again, and it's run out of missiles, it's getting ready to launch a beam attack. And if Falco's is around, he won't yell this. And you just keep flying around in a circle, and that beam will have a hard time hitting you. And now the third time, we need to destroy the energy balls one more time, but as you shoot them, they rotate in the opposite direction to try to throw you off. But it's no match for us. We have destroyed the Gorgon, and we are moving down to Venom itself to face off against Andros. And since we've taken the back route to Andros' base, we can fly straight to it without any resistance from his normal army. Well, apart from the one that we just completely demolished up in orbit. But before we get into the base, we have one final adversary to go against. And it's going to be the Starwolf team. Big all-range mode. And they are back and still injured from the last time we fought against them. And it's funny that each one gets progressively worse in the severity of the damage. Like Wolf just has bandages, but Leon's missing half his face. What is it? And then Pigma's missing the top half of his face. And Andrew's just missing his eyes completely. Already took down 2 of the ships. Make that 3. And let's take out the last one.
There's one more to go.
What makes these guys more difficult is if you shoot the charge shot at them, you are unable to hurt them with that because they'll just use a shield to deflect it. And they got twin lasers, so their hitboxes are a lot bigger than normal.
I'll go it alone from here.
But they're still no match for Fox. Now we're going down into Andros' base, and instead of it being a straight path this time, we got branching paths, and I'm going to take the one that gets you the most gold rings and the most power-ups. So you want to go left here first, and then you'll take a right turn, and then 2 more lefts, and 2 more rights. I believe that's how it goes.
Now you will feel true pain.
Here we go. Use another left right here. And then we go right. And we go right one last time, and that should lead us to a bomb, a laser, and a gold ring. Here it is. It's one of those things where you do it out of muscle memory, but you can't fully remember it when you're actually trying to think it outside of the game itself. And this boss is the same as normal. Just shoot him in the eye and go for his hands. Blow it up. So we'll go for his eyes again, make him stun. Blow up the second set of hands, and we'll shoot him in the eyes. But instead of turning into a robot like he did the last time,
Only I have the brains to
he turns into a brain. Andros has just gone so far off the
So,
deep end,
Andros, you
he's
show your
performed
true form.
bioweaponry experiments upon himself. To this extent, I mean. And now we got to take him out. And he launches his eyes against us first. If you do charge shots against them and they're right next to each other, you can actually get some hit bonuses off of them. But they were not cooperating this time, so I decided to just shoot them down. So now he is minus his eyes, and they would normally be trying to shoot at you if you give them a chance. But now you want to shoot at his brain a little bit, make him warp, and then you want to aim at the spot on the back of his head. Keep on shooting it, and eventually you'll wear him down. And there we go.
If I go down, I'm taking you with me.
He tries one final time to take you out by blowing himself up. But as we soon find out, we're not gone just yet.
Don't ever give up, my son.
Father?
And now we have one final escape to do, with James McCloud himself guiding us out of the exploding base. It's never fully explained if this is actually James leading Fox out, or if it's spirit, or if it's hallucination on Fox's part. But either way, he's guiding us out of the exploding base. And on the third turn, I don't know if it's always going to be like this, but it's always a right turn whenever I do it.
Never give up.
But if you make a wrong turn, you'll fly into an exploding wall and die immediately from that. So you want to make sure you don't lose track of James. So be sure to keep using the boost when possible. But if you get too close, he'll boost away from you and potentially make things even more difficult.
Come so strong, Fox.
And there we go. With that, James flies off into the unknown, and Fox returns to his team waiting up in orbit. And this normal plays off a little differently from the others. This time, your whole team is a lot more congratulatory. Even Falco has given you full respect this time. Not begrudgingly, but he's quite happy that you beat Andros.
Nothing.
And here's another little neat tidbit. If you beat this on the hard mode, if you pay attention to this specific part that's about to zoom in, you'll see a shooting star in the background that you wouldn't see on the normal mode. And it's speculated that that's James McCloud flying in the background. And since you already saw the end credits earlier, I decided to just show that. It doesn't show Andros at the end, and that's a good way to know that you have truly beaten the game. And now that we've collected all of the high score medals on normal mode, we have unlocked expert mode. And with that, we've also unlocked the sound test mode down there. And as soon as Past Me decides to move down, we're going to actually take a look at the sound test. So you want to push to the right or go to expert mode. And this is the actual soundtrack mode. And you can listen to all of the game's soundtracks, pieces of music in here. But yeah, with that, that brings an end to the normal playthrough of Star Fox 64. In the future, I'll do the expert mode, but for now, we'll be moving on to something else. Have a good day.